The film opens with Marion Crane. She's a real estate secretary in Phoenix, Arizona, but when the film opens, she's not at work. She's in a hotel having some quick afternoon delight with her boyfriend Sam Loomis. Sam loves her and she loves him, but they can't marry because Sam has lots of debts, including alimony for his ex-wife. Basically, Marion needs money to bail Sam out of debt so he can marry her. Marion goes back to the office, where her boss comes in with a client. That client drops off $40,000 in cash. The boss tells Marion to deposit the dough in the bank, but instead Marion takes the money and runs to Fairvale, California to give it to Sam. Marion isn't a very good thief, because she's super nervous. She sees her boss passing in front of her car on the way out of town, which freaks her out. Then she gets tired driving and pulls over by the side of the road, which makes a cop come by, and she acts weird and panicked. She eventually ditches the cop and buys a new car. The cop sees her do that too. Oof. Marion, you are never going to be a member of Danny Ocean's 11. Anyway, Marion drives on and then a rainstorm forces her off the road to an out-of-the-way motel. It's run by a shy young dude named Norman Bates, who lives in a gothic-looking house with his mother. Norman is friendly and seems attracted to Marion, but his mother is jealous and mean. Marion hears her yelling at Norman. Marion and Norman have dinner together in the office, and Norman explains that his mother, Norma, is mentally ill. Norman seems a little, off himself, but talking to him leads Marion to realize she can't go on being a criminal. She decides to drive back to Phoenix and return the money. After dinner, Marion goes to her cabin, undresses, and gets ready to take a shower. Norman watches her from a peephole in the office. Norman is creepy. Important plot point. Marion gets in the shower and a woman with a butcher knife suddenly appears and stabs her to death. Norman is now horrified at what his mother has done. He runs to the cabin, cleans everything up, and then puts Marion's body and all her effects, including the stolen money, in her car, and sinks it in the swamp near the motel. And hey, since the first main character is dead, you need a new one. Marion's sister Lila shows up at Sam's workplace in Fairvale and asks if he knows where Marion is. He doesn't. Then a detective, Abragast, shows up. He's working for the client whose money Marion stole, but he believes Lila and Sam when they say they don't know where Marion is. He agrees to keep in touch with them. Abragast tracks Marion to the Bates Motel. He interrogates Norman, and wants to talk to Norman's mother, but Norman won't let him. Abragast calls Lila and Sam and tells them of his progress, and says he's going to go back to the motel and try to interview Norman. So back he goes, into the house, up the stairs, and yep, that same woman with the knife appears and stabs him to death. Second protagonist, dead. The movie is running out of protagonists. Lila and Sam are freaked out when Abragast doesn't call back. They go to the sheriff, who talks to Norman on the phone, but doesn't think anything is wrong. He also tells them that Norman's mother has been dead 10 years. She murdered her boyfriend and then poisoned herself.
So who is that with the knife?
Whoever it is, after Norman gets the phone call, he goes to his mother, picks her up, and takes her to the fruit cellar, to avoid anyone finding her. Mama Bates is none too happy. She's berating Norman the whole times. Lila and Sam go out to the Bates Motel themselves, posing as man and wife. Lila is determined to talk to Norman's mother. Sam distracts Norman, and Lila goes into the house. However, Sam makes Norman suspicious, so Norman clubs him in the head, and rushes back home. His arrival causes Lila to hide in the fruit cellar, where she discovers Mrs. Bates, or rather, Mrs. Bates' corpse. She screams and the woman with the knife rushes in. Before she can kill Lila, though, Sam appears, and grabs the stab-happy woman, only to reveal it isn't a her, but a him. The murderer was Norman, dressed up as his mother. La gasp. The final scene goes down in the police station, where a prison psychiatrist explains that Norman had killed his own mother out of jealousy of her new boyfriend. He had then exhumed her corpse and kept it in the house. Norman then
began to believe he was his mother.
When he became interested in another woman, Mother would get jealous, and Norman as Mother would kill.